Hello, it's day 95, and I want to talk about the perfect dieter. I'm having a bad day, and as usual, when I'm having a bad day, I always stop to think, what would be a good day? What would be the perfect day for me? What would be a day where I am just living my best life? And usually it goes something like this. I would get 8 hours of sleep beforehand, I would wake up and have a light, healthy breakfast, I would go to work and avoid the candy shelf entirely, I would come home from work, I would remember my lunch. I just forgot my lunch. Like metaphorically, I would remember my lunch and I would eat my lunch, and then I would go home and eat a healthy dinner without having to go back for seconds and without overeating sweets afterwards. But you know what else is really interesting to think about? What would make a perfect dieter? Is the perfect dieter the person who just continually has perfect days? Because if so, I don't think that person exists. Like, that's naturally where my mind goes after I think about the perfect day. It's like, what would make the perfect dieter? And you might say to yourself, well, that's obvious. The perfect dieter is somebody who loses tons of weight and keeps it off forever. But I think that the perfect dieter really depends on who you're asking. Because if you're asking a person who sells diet products, fitness programs, Slim Fast, pills, those kind of people, if you ask them, they're going to think the perfect dieter is somebody who has to come back over and over. The perfect dieter is somebody who is endlessly motivated to fix their problems, but never capable of doing so. They are constantly fat, but always just successful enough where they want to keep going. In other words, me. I really have been the perfect capitalist dieter my entire life. I just keep going and going and going and trying new things, trying different things. I'm not very good at spending money on dieting, but boy, am I good about thinking about it constantly. Like, I've made 95 days worth of thinking about it constantly, and I'm not slowing down anytime soon. I'm trying to think if I know anybody who has actually succeeded on a diet. And the answer to that is kind of. I have a coworker who was very, very heavy for a very long time, and she went and got bariatric surgery, commonly known as stomach stapling. She got her stomach stapled, and she lost quite a bit of weight. However, she wasn't able to keep it off. Now, this is something I didn't know, but bariatric surgery, if you go back to just eating your normal eating habits, if you go back to your eating habits prior to the bariatric surgery, your stomach will stretch back out and you will again gain weight. So I would say that overweight coworker of mine, after going through that huge surgery and all that recovery and all that time and effort and money, she's only about 20 pounds lighter than she was when she started. And then I think about a relative of mine, an aunt. She was heavy her entire life, but she also had very serious mental health problems. Like serious mental health problems, you guys. Like in and out of hospitals for her entire life. And when I was in my teens, her doctors were finally able to sort out her medicine to the point where she was able to live a normal life. She was able to get a job, she was able to move out on her own and live her own life, and she lost quite a bit of weight during that transition. So in the process of reclaiming her life, she also slimmed down. I won't say that she's not a normal weight, she's not like a healthy weight, but she is much lighter than she was when she was at her lowest point. So there you go. The two people I know who were able to lose any amount of weight and keep it off, they still didn't get down to a weight where it would be considered healthy by today's standards. So what does that tell me? It's no secret that most diets fail. Most diets fail, and most dieters are not perfect, and they fail as well. So what do? Do we just throw everything in the bucket and say, well, it was worth a try, I guess I'll just be fat forever? I don't want to accept that. But, thinking about my perfect day on a perfect diet, if I could just have a lot of those days in a row, I would be where I want to be. So what's holding me back? What's holding me back, you guys? It's hard to say. A lot of things. Maybe tomorrow I will wake up and be the perfect dieter. Who knows? But either way, I'll see you tomorrow.